Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So for today's video, we are going to discuss class 10th English chapter A Triumph of Surgery by James Herriot. So now let's start discussing the story. James Alfred Wade is popular as James Herriot, and he was a British veterinary surgeon and writer too. He has written the story A Triumph of Surgery. The story starts when Mrs. Pumphrey, a rich lady that takes her dog Tricky for a walk outside. A nearby veterinary doctor saw the dog and is in a shock as the dog looks like a bloated sausage having leg at each end. Then he advised her to stop giving him diet. But Mrs. Pumphrey is not able to refuse the dog. Soon Tricky fell sick and the doctor was called. The narrator, Mr. Herriot, somehow takes Tricky to his hospital for treatment, even knowing the fact that Mrs. Pumphrey will never leave the dog. He took the dog along and puts a bed for him in his surgery. For 2 days, dog did not move much and also did not eat anything. On the third day, he wanted to go outside. There he started playing with the bigger dogs. He also licked the balls of other dogs to eat the remaining food. His condition started improving rapidly. Also, he started fighting for his meals with other dogs. After hearing this news, Mrs. Pumphrey started sending eggs to the hospital as she thought that Tricky needed energy food after recovery. But Mr. Herriot and his partner started eating those eggs as morning breakfast. Also, for improving Tricky's blood, Mrs. Pumphrey started sending wine in bottles. But again, Mr. Herriot consumed those. Not only this, when she started sending brandy in bottles, they consumed that also. After a few days, doctor took a wise decision and called up Mrs. Pumphrey as she was much worried for taking Tricky back home. Tricky was very happy to see his mistress and jumped into the car. Then Mrs. Pumphrey said she won't be able to ever thank him for all this wonder. And she said that his surgery had been successful as Tricky was now cured. So as a conclusion of the story, it explains how loving someone more than is required can be detrimental. Mrs. Pumphrey loved Tricky a lot, but it was harming Tricky's health, which also signifies that how rich parents indulge their children with expensive items, which prove harmful to their kids' health in the long run. So we hope that you got to learn something from this story and you have understood the summary of this story. If you like this video, please press the like button. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.